Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another episode of Top Tier Talk. Amir, take it away. Successful midweek with the 1-0 win against Spurs, but unfortunately a boring 0-0 draw against Brentford.
Yeah, firstly the Tottenham game, fantastic atmosphere. I was at the game. They're a bit of a nothing team at the moment, Tottenham. I'm surprised Ange still got a job. But even with how nothing they are, we still nearly gave him an opportunity to come back. Poor goalkeeping by Sanchez, even though it was offside. But he did save us at the end, so he made up for it. Enzo, what a header, Cole Palmer assist, and the Caicedo goal. If only that counted, would have been fantastic. But going into Sunday's game, obviously Man City are one of the teams competing with us for top four. Well, I think it's going to be top five. We really had an opportunity to beat Brentford, and we probably should have. But Chelsea FC obviously never take opportunities. So we made it difficult for us getting a draw, couldn't break them down, low block, and they had a lot of opportunities and probably should have won the game themselves, which would have been typical Chelsea fashion. But at least we got a point out of it. It's points dropped, but it's still a point gained. And obviously, City drawing to United was also a positive for us because the gap is still what it was before.
You're welcome.
But yeah, that's it really. I think not much else.
I've seen quite a lot of people. I don't know what your thoughts are. And obviously, Elliot's not here, so Maresca in or out in terms of that. But it was. I've seen quite a lot of people slate him on social media. I don't know whether you've got an opinion of that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
no,
being
of
a
course.
Chelsea
Like
fan and
I
stuff. And
understand it with apparently like percentage of points or wins. I think he's less than Poch, but Poch was never in the top four, which obviously shows how weak the league is this year. However, I still would not get rid. I think for us to keep a manager for more than a season, I'd be very interested to what he builds up on next year, and if we get the striker that we need and other positions, I think centre back, especially, we need reinforcements.
I'm sure, as you touched on it when Amram first came in, it's not about playing the same, or it's about getting like improvements. I know you was joking when you was like, "Oh, if you finish 17th this season, and finish 10th the next, and so on and so on, it's an improvement." But that's sort of what it's about. You can't sit there in the same position for, as you said, you could have the same win rate next year, Amir, under Maresca and finish ninth. It's like,
True.
Yeah, but there's no discussion right now about him being sacked.
oh no, I just saw quite a lot of
I
people.
can't
It'd be
believe that
absolutely
Chelsea fans,
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Chelsea
that,
fans
that's
do
that's what I was
suggest that
going for.
online.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans
I've
I've
seen
seen
it
online.
quite a lot. There's also quite a lot of
Weirdly.
Caicedo talk and stuff like about him being worth the money and stuff like that, already coming into his own. And obviously, you said the disallowed goal and stuff like that in recent weeks. So it's been going all
He's
right.
been coming to his son. He's probably been one of the best DMs in the league this year. I'm not even trying to be cocky about it. Definitely one of our most and probably our Chelsea player of the season, I think,
I look forward
with
to
Cucurella.
I look forward to being him in your draft come the end of the season. I suppose Chavez, moving on to you. 1-0 loss against Forest and a 0-0 Borefest in the Manchester derby.
Yeah, strangely, we didn't win two games, but I'm actually going to sit here and be positive about the two games. Because above the results, you know that the results don't matter. We're not going to get anywhere with results at the moment. It's good, it's nice, but it doesn't mean we're going to gain anything in terms of a position for Europe or whatever. So actually, performance-wise, we've had two games I thought where we consistently played well. In the Forest game, the difference was just Langer scored I would say world-class goal, maybe his best goal for Forest, ironically against us. But if you look at the XG, possession, the chances we create, we did everything more than Forest. Forest just sort of the way they play is very frustrating. They try and keep the ball out of play as much as possible. It's sort of like the dark arts type of team. But we did okay. I thought there was patterns of play. We were the aggressor and we did okay in that sense. It's just we are not potent in front of goal. Our players really are like Garnacho is the epitome right now of someone who can't finish. His just conversion rate must be as bad as it gets in the league. Or Hoyland, obviously, you know about him. Xerxes not exactly someone you describe as a clinical striker. He's more of an aesthetically pleasing 9.5 as he describes himself. So we just need an out and out goal scorer. It would genuinely it would be so refreshing if we had someone like Gyökeres. Right? I was talking to my friends about this. If we had a genuine like striker in this team, the amount of chances we get, this striker that could be anyone who has that gene in them to score goals would really score a lot of
At
goals
least
for us.
scored another
We
10 goals.
we would crew like they would. I think a striker in this team could have had a 20 goal season this year, one that is clinical, but we just don't have it. And then in the same for the Man City game, I thought again. I mean, I said that was the worst Man City performance I've ever seen when we beat them 2-1. That now is the second worst. I think they were better than that 2-1 because they were shocking then. But even now, Now it was bad in a different way. They just offered nothing. And I'm starting by talking about Man City because, why not? But for Ruben Diaz to tweet +1 on the road, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen that. Does
I
that
didn't
sound
see
like Man
it, but
City to you?
I'm guessing he got
Does that sound
slated
like Man
for it.
City? Yeah, +1 on the road. What do you mean? Like your Man City, your manager is the great, like, with all the history, how can you say that when we're sat in like 13th, 14th? So I thought if that, like someone described it really well, I forget who, which pundit, but they said if that game towards the end, it looked like Man City wanted it to end and we wanted another 15 minutes because we were generally trying to aggress them. It again just comes down to we just can't finish our chances. We're not, again, we just struggle in that final third. And a quick word on Bruno Fernandes, who he's now like this last 5 games. I mean, my player ratings show it. 4 out of 5 man of the matches. He's hitting some level of form which I've never seen him hit. And it's not just about goals and assists because that's what it used to be about. It's everything. They showed some statistic about him being number 1 on the pitch when they showed he was man of the match. It's in every aspect of the game: defensive, creating, attacking. He's got everything right now. It's just such a shame that he's not got other players to back it. This man would have so many more assists, for example, if he just had a finisher in his team. So we're getting there. Again, there was 2 games now where I thought the performance was actually somewhat, you could see like a pattern of play and it's good in that sense. Now we just need a couple more. The big one is now Thursday. Our whole season relies on Thursday and then the following Thursday. These Premier League games are just there to sort of instill, I guess, continuity,
I suppose,
basically.
Chavez, completely left field question for you, just your thoughts and opinions on this. How much would you say Bruno Fernandes is worth if you were to sell him? I know there's little to no chance that you would sell him, but how much would you say that you would get for him in this current market?
Thing is, you see all the small clubs paying whatever price they want to slap on a player. So yeah, we would slap on 150 million minimum
How
because
much did
you
you
can slap
how
on
much did you
whatever
pay for him?
price.
Was it
Six,
60,
60.
70?
Yeah, that's a bargain. But he's generally in that form. And the thing with him is he doesn't play one position. This guy plays like 3 positions in the span of 90 minutes
You said he
sometimes.
drops deep and
Not,
goes
yeah,
in the number 9 role as well.
he
Like,
plays DM. He started at right wing in the last game. He's been playing left wing at times. Sorry, not wing, but left inside 10 and right inside 10. He just does everything right now, and he's kind of aesthetically improving as well with the ball. He sort of his decision making, his consciousness on the pitch to do the right thing. It's all just falling into place. When a player just hits their prime. I feel like I don't want to rush too soon into it because we're having such a bad season. We might be about to get the best Bruno because you can see the stark contrast in like someone like KDB, who, by the way, I respect very highly for announcing that he's retiring. Incredible career and good self-awareness to know that he's not going to play for Man City for another season because he's not there yet, not there anymore. But you can see the difference. Bruno is now in his prime, obviously younger, and KDB's kind of gone past it. KDB exists on the pitch, whereas Bruno is imposing himself and he was just there for everything. So yeah, it's good to
I
see.
was going to say that. Well, I mean, unless you've got any questions, I was going to that pretty much wraps up
Mm.
our two, well, your two
I was
clubs.
gonna say, I mean, like, I'm actually positive to see Anthony hitting some form because you might be able to get some resale value out of him if you end up selling him. Because, like, I think
And,
Betis and
oh, he's been
Atletico
brilliant.
Madrid, he's doing really well. A couple clubs I've seen that are actually after him, so
Yeah, it
could
seems
be a
like
bit of
players are
resale value.
faster in
Mm.
La Liga. If you see him take on players against, like, especially Barca, but he's one we need to sell, and we have Sancho. Obviously, hopefully we get something out of that. There's a few. We'll see.
I
I
think.
know L's not here, but we could talk about what happened with Arsenal messing up because they had such a good chance.
Well, I was going to say, like, well, just because you touched on like transfers and stuff. Like, for example, if you were to sell Sancho, Anthony, and Rashford, for example, because they're all out of the club at the minute on loan, that then A frees up money, but also B that leaves you with a
Wages.
lot of gaps in the front line because quite a lot of Man United fans aren't necessarily happy with your strikers as well, which leaves you then needing a whole new front three in one
No,
window.
but damn, we need strike. We need a striker. Not really like left inside 10, right inside 10. Those aren't winger positions. Sancho is the only one who can play it. He's just not a great person. No offense to him. Anthony is just not a great footballer. And I'm hoping, by the way, when Sancho misses his chances, and I'm genuinely gutted. I want Sancho to be bagging. I want you guys to get convinced. And I see some players, there's a section of the Chelsea fan base that rate Sancho even now. They don't see
I
him for
thought he had a
DNA.
decent game
Yeah,
against
they
Tottenham.
see him for everything. If you see him just for GNA, obviously you're going to be annoyed. But in terms of what he provides in the game, so I hope you all see it that way and you just sign him. So like, it's not
I
about
think
him
we
as a
will. I
player.
mean,
I just don't want that person in the dressing room.
I think it's a bargain for 25 million, so I've been more than happy to accept.
Well, this is what I was going to say. As you said, like wrapping up with your two clubs, it's been unconfirmed because Bristol City's camera angle was the worst one in the Football League, whether the ball went out of play or not, and we got robbed of the second goal. But place the whistle, you idiots. Um, but yeah, the Premier League in terms of you said like Arsenal dropping points, Fulham beating Liverpool 3-1, 3-2, sorry. Like Southampton are now officially relegated. well, are they going to get? Are they going to get one more point in what 6 games, 7 games to eclipse Derby's record?
I mean, their manager just left as well, didn't
Yeah,
he?
and the manager's gone as well. Like it'll be that
Right
weird
when
thing
he
now
got
that they'll.
sacked, right when they got relegated.
He was probably like, I actually can't do anything anymore. Like, and it also wasn't his fault. Like Russell Martin lived by I'm going to play the same tactics and formation, and it probably helped him in a selfish way more than it did Southampton because he'll get a job at a bigger club and they'll go, he's stuck by his morals. We'll take him because of his style of football, whereas it just screwed Southampton over.
Then
But
on
this guy
some
also didn't win
sat,
like 8 or 9 games in a row or something, or 8 or 9 games, which is ridiculous. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Guess who's
Oh,
playing on Saturday? So Saturday, Leicester against Southampton.
that's just a couple of weeks. It's not. It's not this Saturday. It's the week after next,
Oh,
is it
it's
not?
not.
I
That's
think.
the
I think it's
proper
in a
big
couple of
Phil
weeks'
game,
Van
isn't it?
time.
Nistelrooy is going to get sacked as well at this
Yeah,
point,
because
isn't he?
And literally, everyone's been
the
looking like that's
the
going to be like a
best thing,
4-3.
yeah. Do you know what the best thing about that game is? Is Leicester at home, and the whole issue with Leicester is they have that record where they haven't scored in like 8 games in a row or something at home. And so now, can they like do it against Southampton?
I genuinely think in my heart of hearts that game will be like 4-3. There's no way that game could be a 0-0. Like neither team can defend. I know neither team can score, but neither team can defend. So
Yeah.
yeah, as we touched on the Fulham game, like I think Fulham deserved that. That was also the first time in history, Premier League history, that Liverpool scored first and conceded three in the first half in
Mm.
when they were outraged. But yeah, as you said, the Arsenal game as well.
I
Them
mean, it's
dropping
classic
points.
Arsenal, isn't it? Though, like, no,
Yeah,
there's someone out there they
go
don't
on, Amir. Hate Amir's weekly
they don't
hate
want
watch
to
of Arsenal Football
listen.
Club. Here
Like,
we
they're
go.
all banked on the Champions League now. They're going to lose to Real Madrid tonight. Like, got my
Oh, that's a
email
big
words
game.
late. But to be honest with you, like, really should have won the league this year. Liverpool. This is probably the someone made it was it tweeted. They said this is the worst Premier League team to win the league since Leicester. And I'm just trying to think to myself, like,
Maybe.
I
like
think
who,
I think like not the
it's
quality
not
of
a
players,
great
but the
team. The
quality
quality of the
of
league's been poor
league.
this year, but is the
Yeah,
team good? Is the team that
Yeah,
good?
it's just like a Salah-driven team, isn't it? It actually probably is. It is
but that yeah, but
because
he's on. How many goals has he on already? I'm going to say 24,
it's just a one-man carry
27.
job. But
Salah's on
since
27 goals, which is a very good season. And again, he's hit similar numbers before, but the fact he's got 27 goals and 17 assists, like if he does go at the end of this season because of the whole Saudi talk with the contract issues, I mean they're going to be losing like over 40 goals, which is that probably puts them in
that's
like fifth or
ridiculous.
sixth.
Yeah. No, they
Like
are the worst team because since Leicester won it, Chelsea haven't won it, right?
Yeah, we won in the year after with Conte.
Was that team that good?
Yeah, I mean we won after the Arsenal defeat. We won like a record number of consecutive games in a row. They had like
Mm.
Hazard and like Costa and Fabregas. That's a good team. And
no, I
obviously
think
you got the
Yeah.
Man City domination, and then you obviously got that one COVID Liverpool team in there.
COVID Liverpool.
I mean, to be fair, you guys got 93 points, so I'd be interested to see how many Liverpool get.
I think they
They're on
can only max out
73.
at like I was going yeah was it like
They're really
Even like
'89
City,
or
plateaued in
something?
form. Their form's really gone down since they went out of the Champions League.
Yeah, but I think
yeah.
everyone they're aware that like if they bottle the 12-point lead or whatever it is now, they
I don't think
don't
they can
deserve
because
to.
Arsenal are so stupid to not
That's why they don't
capitalise.
deserve to win the league if they manage to bottle that now. Like no matter what they've done for the last 31 games, if you bottle a 12-point lead with what 6 games to go, 7 games to go, sorry, you
You know, they're
shouldn't.
lucky that Man City just aged because Man City's team have basically aged, haven't they? If Man City were the Man City they were before, they would have caught up in the season, but it's just not the same.
And I suppose as Elliot's not here, we'll touch on the Arsenal Champions League game. Well, touch on the Champions
Big
League.
game. What a
Right,
game.
who do we reckon's going to win there? Let's do a quick bracket. I think we did this a lot before, but we'll do it again. Arsenal, Madrid.
Madrid.
Yes.
Is that a
I
unanimous
think you know
Madrid?
what? I
Are
think
we?
uh, I think Arsenal get a result tonight, but just a draw. But then at Madrid, Madrid will
So
destroy,
you
not
reckon they'll
even
just
win,
go through in
destroy.
the leg? In the actual tie, sorry, you
Nah,
reckon they'll just go through?
as in Arsenal might get like a
That's what I'm saying. You
1-1.
reckon Madrid will go through
Yeah,
in the
Real
actual
Madrid win like 4-0 probably or something like that.
Bayern or Inter to go through?
I think Bayern.
I would say Inter. I think Bayern have been a bit shit recently, so and Inter
Barcelona or
this
Dortmund?
chance. Who?
Barca or Dortmund?
Barca.
Oh, Barca,
And PSG or Villa, as Asensio can play. Not that that makes a massive difference, but he can play.
PSG.
yeah. PSG look good. I'd
I
be very
reckon that
disappointed if PSG go out.
I reckon they'll all be good games. I reckon they'll all be good games. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It's like Arsenal on hunt for a trophy, Harry Kane's on hunt for a trophy. and it's just
All
like
I'm
literally.
expecting, by the way, whenever Real Madrid rock up to your stadium, like for United, it's the loudest Old Trafford was back in like 20, whenever it was Sir Alex's last season. I'm expecting Emirates to be the loudest it's ever been because it doesn't get bigger than this. Like a Champions League night with Real Madrid at your stadium. So they better not be a dead crowd.
I think we said it before. Like whoever, I know PSG are on the other side of the bracket, but I think whoever wins out of Arsenal and Madrid probably them favourites to win the whole
No,
thing.
And
Do you not
PSG are
think?
absolutely not.
favourites.
Do you think PSG
No,
are
Yeah,
still
sure.
favourites?
if Arsenal win
Arsenal.
this, every round they're at risk of just messing up. You know, one thing I want to see, and I said it to some Arsenal fans, was like, Saka hasn't had an iconic like night, has he? Because he's not really been given an opportunity. Arsenal aren't always in UCL big nights, so it'd be nice to see him score, like actually get his
Well, I
like
mean,
you know.
he's up against Lucas Vasquez, and he's really being hated right now by the Real Madrid fans. So,
It would be cool to
no,
see him
no,
score.
sorry, he's against Alaba. Very like,
Yeah.
It'll be a good game either way. We're saying this. It should be 0-0.
Nah, it can't be. Not with Real Madrid on the pitch and their players not tracking back.
I think that brings it to the end, really, though, doesn't it? I mean, we'll have to see next week with the Champions League ties. But thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.